What's going on? Welcome. Greetings to all. All right. So, here on the behalf of a brilliant perception, I just want to do a little talk real quick about self-care for a better you. We are still doing our podcast on the back end, working out some kinks and some differences because my man's is all the way Landis is always all the way on the other side of the country, and I'm on this side. So at first we were in the same location, but we're moving around, so we're still working on that. But today I definitely want to just kind of drop in on y'all with self-care, mental wellness, and I think that's so important. I do have a song out. If you haven't heard it yet, those who enjoy it already know about Quell the Music or not. Know that I am available on YouTube. It'll be available on all platforms soon, but right now for sure it's on YouTube, TikTok, Quell the Music, the same way I spell it here and everywhere else, the same thing everywhere else. Follow me, subscribe. The music is dropping. I got another one coming as well. But Deep End is the whole project, let's put it this way. The whole project is called Mom. It's a mixtape. It's called Mom. And the whole mixtape, because I'm a deep person anyway, so you got to know it's deeper than that. So Mom is MOM, abbreviated for mind over matter. So the whole mixtape is going to be around self-care, mental health, because I believe in that big, and I know how huge that is and how it can easily go overlooked when it's an underlying thing for a lot of situations people face. So I definitely prioritize self-care and the importance of mental health, right? So you like that, go check out Deep End. Definitely speaking on things like that. Really a vibe. But to get into it today, man, I was talking about some videos I seen, man, some footages. I'll try to put in here if I can. If not, just kind of follow with me. But there was a couple clips I saw, and it's all wrapped around like kind of side effects of not being in a good mental space. So when you think about the gradual deterioration of your muscles from sitting at a workstation and the sluggish spread of junk when you neglect to clean up, around the house or your desk area, these are physical signs of the dangers that the brain underestimates until it's too late and you've gone off in the deep end, right? And then you have a situation like this first clip where a mother is given news that her child is dead. That is not something anyone wants to hear at all, ever. And to get that information, to get that news, man, there's no trained way to prepare for that. I don't care how good of a mental place you're in. There's no way to truly prepare for that. It is always going to be heart-wrenching, and it is always going to be like devastating, nothing less. But what I'm saying is, what happens after? Nobody can tell you how to feel about it, but how you go about it is what's going to be the difference between, one scenario versus another. For example, somebody going crazy and shooting up a place versus somebody who just kind of isolates it themselves and get through it, and cry it out, try to move on and do something better. Because it's the difference between those scenarios is going to be this: prioritizing your self-care beforehand. Mental self-care, wellness, mental health beforehand. Okay? So you have a situation like that. Your mind is not prepared for this kind of information. And especially not in the state that it currently is in. When all you do is work, come home, eat, sleep, work, come home, shower, eat, sleep, play with the kid, work, Then on your off days, like, well, yeah, my off day, that's when I just, I live. No, you don't. If you got 2 days, if you lucky enough to have 2 days back to back off, then guess what? The first day, you probably don't want to do nothing, man. I just want to relax. If you can watch some TV, I pay for Netflix, I pay for all this, internet and all. I want to enjoy the stuff I'm paying for all this time. So you know what? I'm just gonna lay around, probably eat me a little something, chill. You know what I mean? Chill, play the game, whatever, chill. Talk on the phone, laugh at some reels and videos. Hey, fine. Second day, you probably like, all right, I'm gonna get up second day, you know what I mean? But guess what? You work during the morning or you work that shift where you like working from 9 to 5. This is like it's a time where it's just awkward. It's hard to dental appointments for the kids, doctor's appointments for yourself, etc. It's always usually somewhere in between that time frame. The doctor's office is closed by 5, and a lot of businesses don't open until about 9 or whatever. So it's like an awkward space where a lot of stuff you want to take care of, errands and stuff. If you're lucky enough to have one of these off days on a weekday, you're gonna run some errands. You're gonna get some things knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna take up a little bit of that day. And then when you have whatever you have left, you kind of just deal with what you have left. All right. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not here to condemn. I'm not here to decide what's right or wrong. That's not what I'm doing. All I'm here is doing is prioritizing and advising and simply insisting that those who rock with us, that those who are familiar with me, that those that would like to be, prioritize your self care, mental health. Take care of that mental, man. Right? That's all I'm doing. Okay? So, like, say that's what you're doing. Your mind is not prepared for no offbeat mess like a death or, an eviction or like somebody going to jail and like, you got enough going on and your mind just ain't put in a place where it's just ready for that. So that's sort of the deep end that most people are dealing with, and they try to stay away from it. Use religion and whatever they can to like stay anchored so they don't drift off into that deep end. And I get it, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous to live like that rather than to deal with and prioritize your mental health. Your mind is not prepared for that when you haven't done the work. And I would even say, even closely related to the physical conditions that you're dealing with, says that you're not ready for it mentally. What do I mean? This is a big part of why I say in my song, I'm tweaking, trying not to land in the deep end, because you can feel like you're going mentally insane and you try not to go into that area because you're going to lose all sense of well-being for yourself and probably others as well. Like I'm over it. Once you like me, I know once I I hit that point where I was struggling with mental health and wellness and sense of like my temper, man. That temper was Tasmanian devil. Once you hit a certain break past that point, forget all reasoning. You doing some stuff you like. I know he not thinking. He just threw a diaper at the wall, like with doo doo in it. Oh man, yeah, he is bugging out right now. This is not something he would do if he was just he's just gone. No more thinking, just out of control. And that's a horrible way to live your life, and it's a horrible way to feel when you know that there's other ways that you could have handled that, but you refer to that because the mental health is being abandoned. And that becomes your deep end. So you're not sure in that deep end if the old version of you awaits that you've worked so hard to stay away from or get away from. which is the old man that's sleeping, or you're not sure if it's there or if it's gone or if it's lying dormant. Is he dead or is he sleeping? Right? So you're like, I'd rather just put myself in situations where I don't have to even think about it. I don't even know. It's dangerous because it may not be now, it may not be tomorrow, but there's going to come a time and point if you don't deal with that mental health, if you don't deal with self and prioritize self properly, it's going to be put to the test. Or you're going to find out a way that you don't want to find out. You're going to bring some hurt to yourself and those you love, and who knows? We don't want it to go too far, right? Physical health problems can be caused by or made worse by poor mental health. So a lot of people focus on fitness. I see a lot of people getting these beach bodies. A lot of people trying to go out here and look like freaking G.I. Joe, freaking action figures or something. And a lot of these women go out here getting these, these Dexter's Laboratory mom bodies. You know what I mean? Like, if you know what I mean from you from my era, you know what I mean. So, and they forget about this. They forget about this. Long as this look good, face look good, teeth look good, skin glowing, muscles, or the woman you got the bat out, spat out, they forget about this. The most important part, right? And you can see how physical ailments or conditions is a result of this being weak. How so? Heart disease, physical condition. What aligns with that physical condition? A mental condition. Depression. Is it far fetched if a person who is depressed has a heart condition? I'm not saying everybody does, but I'm just saying, would it be crazy? No. What about high blood pressure? Would it be far fetched to say somebody who has a temper, has high blood pressure, who also deals with anxiety? It's not far fetched at all. Is it far fetched to say that somebody who has a compromised immune system, always getting sick, like I said, they can't fight off nothing to save their life, suffers from chronic stress as well? It's not far fetched to say that because they go hand in hand. Can't have one without the other, right? So notice how I was talking about the clips. In the second clip, it was a man. Again, it was just this part. I don't know what the stop was about. I don't know what happened. All we know was there was a grown man breaking down like a baby in the arms of a police officer. He don't know this officer. They don't know each other. It was a traffic situation, stop, or a scenario where a cop had to be there, and he was in a situation, and he broke down and he melted. And I get, like, he had a mental break. It's a breakdown. We walk around with our shoulders pressed up high, and we head up, chin up, especially as men. I can't. Nah. I'm not saying go around and be sobbing and crying and vulnerable all the time. Like, there's a time for everything. But I'm just saying, like, we carry so much that sometimes we forget to prioritize self-care. You forget to love on you, to look after you, to make sure you good. You busy worrying about the kids, you busy worrying about the wife, you busy worrying about the husband, you busy worrying about family and job and is everybody good? And you abandon self. You always set the beacon call of everybody but self. You ignore self. I'm saying stop doing that today and start prioritizing self. I'm not telling you to neglect your children, neglect your family, neglect your partner. I'm saying you can better serve them. You can be a better, you are better to your, like, I cannot point this out enough because I know it personally with my kids. I have 7. Okay. You are better to your family, to your kids, to whoever you trying to appease when you are the best version of you. You ever see that person that enjoys their job? They are amazing. You be like, golly, they come in here. Hey, it's a good day, man. How's everybody doing? You got your coffee, man? Good to see you. God is good, man. Hey, man. Hey, you're a champion. Hey, I see you. All right. Yeah, yeah. Amazing, right? They're on a different frequency level. They're just on another level. People love it. Like, we got to keep this guy. Protect Tom at all costs. Everybody else, yeah, chopping block cone, we might be getting real. But Tom is amazing. He's the reason why I come to work, man. That energy is just so contagious. Don't fake it. But these people are genuinely in a happy place. Whatever it is, they come in there and they ready, right? All I'm saying is, that's the space you want to be. That person right there is the best for the job. He's the best to the customer. You're gonna be the best to your kids. You're gonna be the best to your partner. When you operate like this, hmm? When you stressed out, you tired, you burnt out, you're gonna be short-winded with your kids. You love them, but you just like, man, my tolerance is low. I'm aggravated. I need some sleep. It's just overwhelming. Prioritize that mental health. Prioritize self-care.